Greetings, fellow fanventurers. This is the Russian Fazbear with nobody else as per usual. And today, what I've got for you is a polished brass 52-inch Casablanca Zephyr. The second of two. If you saw the first one, which I posted a couple days or weeks ago, that one is from 1983, while this one is from 1981. So this one is about 2.5, 2 3/4 years older. This one dates to May of 1981, and it has all of the 80s features of a Casablanca, except for the bell canopy, pretty much. As it has Slumber Quiet, you know, the Casablanca tag that they used all the way up until, I think, the turn of the millennium. And it has the wider switch housing and the wider motor housing, but I think it wasn't until 82 or 83 when they narrowed those down. However, I would argue that this version is a little more desirable, because Casablanca did slim down their housings a lot as the years progressed. You can especially see it between RMM1 and RMM2 IntelliTouch. You know, with the switch housings being like the size of like a Slumber 3 circuit to like being so slim it's like there's practically nothing in there. Of course that was to fit the light board, but that's kind of beside the point. And no spiral down rod, which is a bit disappointing, but is what it is. There's your tag. There's the Slumber Quiet knob there, and tassel pull chain. So this one is Slumber Quiet, and like all my other Slumber Quiet fans, it works fine. And there's really not too much I have to say about this fan. So we'll start it up. This is as slow as the Slumber Quiet will allow it to go. And it is notably faster than most other SQ models. I don't know if that's just the way this one was made, or maybe there's a trim pot. I don't think SQ has trim pot, but I might be mistaken. It seems as if the later you go with Slumber Quiet fans, and of course Slumber Quiet fans are relatively short-lived. I think the earliest is either late 80 or early 81, and then the latest you can go is sometime in 84, I think. So it's only about the span of, 4 years, but it seems as if the newer you go with them, the slower they get in terms of their minimum speed. Maybe it's just me, maybe that's just my experience with them, because the Zephyr from 83 in the last video, that one is one of the slowest SQ fans I have in terms of its low speed. We'll turn this guy up a bit. Yeah, that one's minimum speed is about on par with low speed on a Slumber 3 fan, maybe a little bit slower than that. And this fan came with a polished brass solid state 4 Seasons from 1980. A video on that fan to come soon. And this fan originally had short cane blades, making it either a 42-inch or a 44-inch Zephyr. However, I wanted to make it 52 inches like most Zephyrs are, so I took the blades that came with the 4 Seasons and put them on here. They were high gloss walnut, I believe, and then put the short cane on the 4 Seasons. And I was going to put this fan up with the high gloss walnut, but I settled for these walnut cane instead, because cane blade is best blade. Turn it up some more. And it does emanate a slight buzz, I guess Slumber Quiet couldn't be perfect all the time, you know? My two antique brass Zephyrs Slumber Quiets are, as the name suggests, slumber quiet, but yeah, this one and my other polished brass one, I think, too, they have a little bit of noise to them. I don't even know if the camera can pick it up, but it's very faint, but it is there if you listen in close enough. Turn it up some more. And because it is bell mount style, it does have a little bit of a wobble. Before getting this fan up, I did try to balance the blades to the best of my ability, as they were a little out of clock with each other. It was mainly two of them. One was like too high and the other was too low. So they weren't out of clock, they were out of pitch. Yeah, one was too high, one was too low. And so I, tried to bend them back into place to the best of my ability. And one of them went really easy. The other one, I was pushing on it with all my might, and I was honestly getting nervous that the bracket arm was going to snap. It just would not budge for the life of itself. So I was able to adjust the one, and then the other one, I eventually just gave it a really hard... Jesus, I'm sorry, this camera is just not focusing for the life of itself. There we go. Turn this up some more. So anyway, I eventually just gave the bracket a really hard whack, and it actually knocked it too far up now. So now the one that's too low is too high. And you can maybe see that in the shot of the video a little bit. And I did try to move it down a little bit, but like I said, it was being so stubborn that my efforts were futile, and I was getting nervous that the arm was going to break off. And I don't have too many spare Casa parts on standby, so if I did, maybe I would have been a little more brute with it, because, if it broke, I could have had replacements, but I don't have too many of those, so yeah, I'm just going to live with it for now. And then the one that was too high is, I guess, just right, now. Then we'll take it up too high. And again, I apologize if the camera keeps defocusing itself. I haven't really been paying attention to it too much, so hopefully it stays focused while I'm not looking at it. And like all Casablancas, or at least most Casablancas, at full speed, this thing is a complete powerhouse. Yeah, but with the blades it was a bit of a calamity, but I got it worked out. I mean, the blades were in a lot worse shape before I balanced them, so it's just kind of like, this blade is too low, this blade is too high, this blade is just right. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. But anyways, yeah. This thing is a beauty. The polished brass, the cane blades, it's a very nice combination. You can see me in the reflection of the brass, I'm sure, because I'm on a royal blue shirt, so I'm sure I stick out. We'll turn it off. And there you go. That is all for this time. If you enjoyed this video of me showcasing this beautiful polished brass Casablanca Zephyr with Slumber Quiet from 1981, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you all next time.